Today's date, the 1st November, 2000,
31st of October.
31st October, Mickey, thank you, of 2020, and we are on the cusp of maybe the most important election since the election of 1860, which brought Abraham Lincoln to power, and as a result of which it is his leadership and that of the victory of the Union Army destroyed the slave power. Today we are facing the rise of fascism, we're facing the rise of the slave power in philosophy, and those who are full of hate and division. And as a young African American, and Victoria, I'll ask you the same question. Your thoughts? Well, let's start with Victoria. Your thoughts on the election of 2020?
I believe that no matter what steps we take forward for the next few years, we've been set back at least 50 years because of the decisions of people who believe that they know better than one person over another. I believe that we're built on a constitution that was not made to support anyone in modern day, be it a black man, black woman of any sort of color. They didn't consider us people when the Constitution was made, and we're still living off of that. So I don't think for the next 20, 30 years, we're going to have any sort of progress because of what has happened in the last 4 years.
But do you believe that by uniting with Hispanic and our Native American and progressive white brothers and sisters and our progressive Asian brothers and sisters, or progressive Arab and Jewish brothers and sisters, people of all races, that we can really make a difference?
We can make a huge step forward, but we have to put aside the differences that people think divide us, but be it race, religion, whatever. We really do have to come together to make those steps forward and make that progress.
Very profound comments there, Victoria. And I'm really proud of you. And any thoughts or inspirational call to those who have not yet voted?
Don't just remember to vote now. Remember to vote for your congressman, for your Senate. Remember that your vote matters no matter what. Whether it's one cast today, and also get to know your congressman. That's just as important as knowing your president.
Thank you so very much. You've spoken truly in the spirit of our great sister Angela Davis. I'm very proud of you, and God bless you, and may the cause of freedom and justice, as epitomized by Dr. King and all the greats, and of course Abe Lincoln and John Brown of Harper's Ferry, live evermore. Makonnen, you've heard Victoria. I mean, your comments on the past 4 years and what we've seen, and hopes for the better come November 3rd and beyond.
Well, I agree with Victoria's sentiment of what has transpired in the past 4 years has set us back a great deal. There's certainly a lot of catch-up that we have to do in that sense, but I would say primarily in terms of the election, that my perspective on it is the same as every election, every year, every time that you have to vote for an individual who will be representing you and your community and your government or your country overall, is to have the best information possible, keep yourself informed, because a knowledgeable voter is the best voter, and to consciously vote not only who you think will be the best for you personally, but who can truly do the best for your country. In this situation, we have someone who's up for a second term, who the past 4 years have shown to be very poor, has handled the year of 2020, which a lot has happened, the pandemic first and foremost, handled that extremely poorly. So with that information in mind, who do you believe would at the very least give you a better chance of supporting your community, your country moving forward, given the state that it is?
But Colin, these are very wise words you've uttered, that is, make a choice based on information. Can you say that those who support that slave power mentality, then racial hatred and fascism, that they are in fact possessed of the best information?
I would say that they're not. I would say there's a lot of information that you can plainly see. I wouldn't even say it takes a great deal of investigation to divine.
Like when they say the whole idea of the pandemic is a hoax, what do you think when they say these things?
I would think that the people who say that should ask the families and individuals affected by the disease if they believe it's a hoax, whether or not that is true, or the millions and billions actually of people around the world who are now taking protective measures.
When they go into these rallies with no mask on, what do you think of those people and their sense of consciousness of right and wrong?
I would say that they have a very low sense of it, if any at all, as they're not taking the account of others into their actions and their decisions. First and foremost, even themselves, honestly, by not protecting themselves.
Thank you very much. Any final words to the young people of the United States and the world as we embark on this election?
Simply to echo the statements of Victoria, vote consciously. Don't just vote because someone else tells you to, because you think it might be the popular decision. In America, we have the Electoral College, which is a system that not everyone quite understands. So when you do that, make sure that your vote is going towards something effective, not simply just a popular or majority vote. As we saw in 2016, that is not always a guarantee.
A very good point about the Electoral College. Considering it was really put in place by the slave power, those who founded this country who were slave owners,
Yes.
do you believe it's time to abolish the Electoral College?
I adamantly believe so.
Absolutely. What about you, Victoria?
110%.
Thank you so much, guys. God bless you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.